Yeah, welcome, friends to Clobberin Times Monday Night Moxie Comics Talk. Excuse me. Ah, well. It's Monday night. It is Mark C. Comics Talk, and we are going to talk. Well, we're going to talk, and comics will be involved. That's all I can promise you. Because once again, I didn't have a set apart topic. That's 2 weeks in a row when I thought I was going to do topics that I didn't. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. I promise that I'm going to get everything in order around here. We're going to be more orderly, and we're going to have topics. And I'm not going to eat M&Ms right at the beginning of a show where I'm doing that, where I timed it so poorly that I'm still eating them while we start. But anyway, welcome to Clobberin Times, issue number 291 on YouTube, number 991 overall. And I'll talk a little bit about what that's starting to mean soon. But first, some hellos. J-Man, I think you said you had to run, but in case you happen to be here, brother. J-Man, good to see you. Good to see you, man. I hope we get a chance to hang out and talk soon, brother. Hello to the Comic Relief Crusader. The great Chris Persia is here. Always a pleasure, my friend. Always a pleasure. Oh, I got noise going on. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm waiting. I'm getting some important messages, so every now and then I have to pause there. I'm sorry. Good to see you, Chris Persia. Thank you for being here. Netters Network. Hello there, my dear. It is lovely to see you. You are fantastic. I hope you are having a wonderful night. Phantom Outsider, great to see you, my friend. D. Bud Martin, Man of Iron. Hello. Apollomees, Minion. It is great to see you, and I hope that pupper is doing wonderful as well, my dear. Let's see here. Kal-El, buddy. All right, good to see you. Good to see you. Let me see who else is here. I may have covered everybody. Hello, Vigilante Williamson, VW. Good to see you, my friend. I hope you were doing well, sir. Welcome to Monday Night Mark C. Comics Talk, everyone. Let's see. Yeah, I hear you there. I promise, and then it wasn't like a promise. It was just sort of like, hey, we're gonna we're gonna have topics. I can guarantee we're gonna talk comics though. Yeah, chocoholic indeed I am. That's for sure. Oh my goodness. So, yes, I'm just kind of let's see here. All right. Sorry about that, everyone. Just sent something. Yeah. Let's see. I had my phone on there, so I apologize. So unprofessional of me. But anyway, great to see you all tonight. I hope you all had a wonderful weekend and are ready to get this weekend rolling. I guess it's Monday. I don't know. It felt sort of Monday-ish, and yet it didn't. It's a weird day for me. I don't know what it felt like. I didn't get anything done, so I figured, well, it just wouldn't feel right. Well, Vigilante, I'll tell you this. I did not misgender any of the M&Ms that I consumed just now. I'm proud to say. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I respected their diversity. Let's see, comics. I'm trying again. I'll accept any suggestions, not for an immediate topic, but last week when we talked about this a little bit. And by the way, I was communicating with our good buddy Steve Mitchum. Still under the weather there. We love you, Steve. I don't know if he's able to hear this, but he did say hello to all of you. And so that's what I was trying to communicating with him a little bit there. So here's my problem when it comes to topics, though. And I don't know if any of you were like this, because you would think I was just going, well, you just starving for topics. It's not starving for topics. I'm actually, there's just so many that I want to do. It's tough to land on one. Look, Phantom Outsider, my Legion one's kind of on hold because the one I want to do, it's relying on a certain good buddy who's going to do the show with me. I would do Legion topics all the time, but with certain people that can hang and talk Legion, and there's certain people that can't. And certain people I want to talk a little Legion with that I'm going to soon. And I've done some Legion, you know that, but not enough. Never enough. Never enough. So, yes, exactly. Chris Persia says out there, I don't know if you're hearing me, Steve-O, but get well, Steve Mitchum, a.k.a. Real Captain America. That's you, brother. Well, I don't know if he's hearing me right now. He's busy probably, but I'll tell him though. Yes, Phantom Outsider. I know. No, I'm not joking. I would do look. I would do Legion all the time. I mean, I talk about it enough as it is, don't I? So, but I will tell you what is coming up. Eric K, what's up? Bronze Wrencher, what's up, brother? I will tell you what is coming up though in the not too distant future. Although it won't be on next Sunday AD, but it'll be a Wednesday actually. I believe it's nailed down to February the 9th, folks. Wednesday. And I've even nailed it down to a time. As you can see, I've been talking about our 1,000 episode celebration. Clobberin Times episode 1,000 is right around the corner. Netter says the white and brown M&Ms. The brown and green M&Ms are female. The rest are male. Why aren't the females allowed to be females? Those males would be. I don't know. I never get complicated with it, Netters. I just eat the damn things. I almost never talk to them. If you could take the word almost out, because I never talk to them. Maybe I should. Here, I'm grabbing M&M right now. Here we go. Oh, I pulled one out at random. It's an orange M&M. Hey, orange M&M, how you doing there today? Hey, I'm fine. Oh, or unless it's a dude. Yeah, I'm all right. What do you want with me? You can eat an M&M or not. Stop carrying on me. I mean, you just eat the damn thing, all right? I'm just a goddamn M&M. I'm candy. I'm candy. You're not supposed to be talking to me. So, whichever one it is. Well, how are you doing today, Orange M&M? Are you feeling particularly? Are you oppressed or anything like that? No, but I'm going to start melting in your hand unless you eat me, you dumbass. We're supposed to melt in your mouth, not in your hand. So you don't wear any of that kind of identity politics crap on your shoulder or anything like that. No, we're friggin' candy. Okay. Boom. And you don't taste orangey. You just taste like an M&M. You're orange, and you don't even taste orangey. You taste chocolatey. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Oh, yeah, but look, yes, 600. 600, listen to me. 600 just seemed like it was around the corner. I leveled out my blog talk radio career at in I believe April of oh boy. Yes, April of 20. Wow, man. That is scary. April of 2020. At 11 years and 700 episodes over on Blog Talk Radio. Then I moved to YouTube, and here I am now, 300 episodes later. Since I count the show from when I started at BTR, I'll be doing 1,000, and I'll be doing it at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time, February the 9th. Come one, come all. I will try to get as many friends on as I possibly can to hang out throughout the course of the day. And it'll be quite a stream. I think it'll be a stream for the ages. It'll be the wildest of wildcard Wednesdays ever. So I don't know. I'll see who I can get on. But I'm looking forward to it. And I just can't believe it. And I won't have to worry about a topic on that day. Won't have to worry about a topic on that day. But on the topics thing again, it's just there's so many of them out there. I mean, and it just never seems enough time because you got to get ready for them and stuff, of course. Never seems enough time in the day for me to get that topic ready. That's true, Kello. And this candy did not talk to me. It just melted. $1,000 characters. Mark D with a Z. What's up, dude? But what I do in these situations when it's a Monday Night Mark C Comics Talk, if it's not a special topic, I'm still going to keep it as comics as I possibly can. I feel at least an obligation to do that. So one thing I like is people, obviously you threw out the Legion there, Phantom Outsider, but throw other ideas for future topics out there if you can, if you feel like it. You don't have to, but if you guys do feel like it, remembering that at least once a month, perhaps twice, but at least once a month. Oh, wait, I forgot. Tomorrow night, by the way, I'm going to be on Loki's channel, 7 p.m. Central Time. We're going to be reviewing. We review one DC animated movie or film thing a month. And we do it every month now. And tomorrow night, Superman versus the Elite, the great Loki on Loki's Morning of Mischief channel. We will be reviewing that DC animated film. And next month we'll do one on my channel. So there's that also. But yes, I will be doing a classic comics review at least once a month, maybe twice. Now, remember, when we get into February, also a big thing we always do is when Superman's birthday, which Superman's birthday, of course, is February the 29th, which there aren't very many February 29th, as you know. But we get as close to it as we can, and we do a Superman birthday celebration. So that's coming up. But that's, I don't even know what date that's going to be on. Let's see. What's the closest date to that going to be? Let me see here. All right. February. Ah, that's perfect. That's going to land. Okay. That's going to land on a Monday night. Wow. The 28th, because there is no 29th. So, yeah, February 28th, we will do our usual Superman special. And so, see, look, I got a topic for the 28th already. Boom. Ain't that sweet? Which just leaves. What is today again? Today's the 24. Yeah, so I just need one for the 31st, as I sometimes you love to refer to the 31st, because I'm an idiot. Fuck. This thing jumps on you. There we go. Got him. Got the bot. So I'll need one for next Monday. So this 1, 2, 3, 4. I got to come up with topics for the next 4. And I promise I'm going to make it happen where they all have topics of some sort. And the 28th, that's already covered because that's Superman. Got to do the Superman birthday party every year. It was a tradition on BTR. It's going to always be a Clobberin Times tradition. We had a big Superman get together last year. We did one. Yeah. That's as Phantom Outsider says. That's because Superman's birthday is always on a leap over for a tall building years. Yeah. I think you mean on a leap year. Oh, never mind. Just roll with it. And you know, Netters Network. You got to tell Mr. Troy that the Blake Sevens show is coming. I think the Blake Sevens show will be done in February. I think it will be done, and he will be invited. It might be a wild card Wednesday night. Or, yeah, I might have to do it on a Wednesday. I don't know. I got to getting people's schedules together. See, I have That's another thing, getting people to be able to do it, to be able to clear their time. Everyone's time is valuable. I don't just like to say, hey, you take your valuable time and give it to me just because I want to do a show. I don't like that. I mean, I'm not that. This is not me, you know. So I always like to say, hey, I'm definitely, if you get a chance, if you have the time, let's talk about this topic or that topic. Super H DJ, hello there, welcome. So, yeah. Well, when I see it, I knock it out of there. But you know, there's another one. Boom. I'll let you guys blast it. See, you know what's weird about that, as far as these bots are concerned, Eric and Chris, is or Mark. On this side, if you guys take it out, I can't see you took it out. If I take it out, I can see that it's gone. It's really weird. But I know you guys will do it, so I'll leave them alone from now on. But it's like I say, I don't know. So if you do knock one out, tell me you did at least. Because again, just say bot swatted, because again, it doesn't tell me that on this side. It's ridiculous. It only tells me that if I do it. Oh boy. Still, StreamYards is learning and trying to do things much better than they used to. So these are the worst bots ever, too. Because they're not even, they're just silly names. And it's not like you can, I don't know, it's just got some kind of weird code. I don't know. It's just kind of silly stuff. But thank you, Eric K. Appreciate that, bro. Appreciate you, Chris. Thank you, D-Bud. You should conquer these bots for sure. So Legion is a done deal. I'm trying to get together with our good buddy LT. Lord Dalton's a very busy man, keeping the world safe out there. And I want to talk some Legion. I want to do a show where just Lord Dalton and I talk some Legion. Appreciate you, Chris. Thank you all for that. And Mark. And I want to do the big Blake 7 roundtable. Which is a little bit more complicated. Not as many people can talk Blake 7, but that's going to come in February. Because I mean, I've had a couple of Blake 7 shows, but not as many as I like. You know, here's the thing about that. It's always tough to get somebody to want to do the show with this. Well, I'll tell you a little secret about, you know, Saturday Night Star Trek is just such a wonderful thing. And by the way, thank you to everyone who hung out with us on Saturday Night Star Trek this past week and every week. We have so much fun. But before the days of, those days here, you know, when I started hanging out with Raquel to do that, I kept wanting to do it. Now, before building up to that, I used to do what I called Trek Talk on the old channel on BTR, and I did it once in a while. I wanted to make it a once a month thing at least, and it was tough to find an actual Trek topic. You could but once in a while I did it anyway, where we just talk a little Trek about here and there, and I would once in a while find out a specific topic here and there. So I did it once in a while. Now I had friends who who love Trek, but I didn't have anything to consistently make a weekly based show about it. Mark D, you're in the Blake 7 show if you want to be in it, man. So I didn't really get to do it as much as I wanted. And look, if I'd had my way, I'd have had a Trek show every week. But you got to you can't just say, hello, everyone. Welcome to Star Trek show 455. This week, we're going to talk about Star Trek. And we like Star Trek. I mean, you needed a little bit more. You needed some kind of focus, some kind of goal, some kind of actual, you needed there to be some substantive topic, in my opinion. And, Raquel and I did a couple that I liked that were topics. Again, not the ones you could sustain forever, but we did a couple of good ones. We did, our top 5 of each of the series. We did a Defending Enterprise series. I've done, of course, like some shows. I did a show with Minimus, the history of Star Trek comics, stuff like that. But you got to have something that gives you fodder. If you're going to do something weekly. Hungry Boy, what's up, brother? Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. if you're going to do something weekly, you need some material. And for some reason, I don't know what it was. I can't remember exactly how I came across it, but we talked a little bit, and Raquel and I don't know if we knew how ambitious a prospect it would be to review all of Real Trek 66 through 05. But it was one of those things. It's a daunting task because it's going to take a long time. But that means there's, even if you just review 4 episodes, if we reviewed 1 episode a week, we would be here for forever. We'd still be in the original series, obviously. And we could have done it that way. I mean, again, you never run out of material, do you? But I thought it best to give it a little bit of speed. I mean, you don't want to do something that everyone's going to know is going to take 20 years. Everyone has done like real long, detailed breakdowns of an individual episode. So I thought, doing a few at a time. In the case we do it 4 usually. I thought that would work. And so, yeah. And I'm only, and again, not getting too far off the comics topic. Hello there, no one. Good to see you, my friend. So what I'm saying basically is it's tough to come up with topics every week for anything. Well, Star Trek, we landed on gold, and we're going to be doing these, that topic, Star Trek, when we're able to be here on a Saturday night, and we did 51 in a row. When we're able to be here on a Saturday night, it got a long way to go, and, we're going to take our time with it, do 4 each week. So that's perfect. That just worked out to be perfect because we both wanted to do it. And we both, I think hopefully we work with each other very well for that. So, as you know, this is Mark C. Comic Talk. And one of the plans for this show was always our dearly departed great Mark C. Well, Mark D's great too, by the way. But Mark C. and I had a lot of plans. It's not like, he was a busy man, so it couldn't make him commit to every night, but we had a lot of things we wanted to do together, some reviews and stuff. So, yeah. Are you going to start back on TOS episode once you ordered in a few years? No, we'll do something else. Long way to go, though. But we have so many, things we wanted to do when it comes to comics that I knew that if we give it enough time, if we give enough notice, we can do a comics review and different stuff like that. And whenever he could make it, he was always gracious enough to, give his time to come on the show. And we had so many comics reviews planned, as you all know. And so many to get to. So I'm going to make a commitment. I don't know if one day, maybe in a year or two, we'll get to the one he really wanted to do, but it's tough to want to do it without him. Hey, Steve Mitchum, what's up, bro? Shout out to you, brother. We love you, man. You hang in there. And everyone, best of whatever you've got, vibes, prayers, anything for the great Steve Mitchum. We love you, brother, and I'm really worried about you right now, my friend. This is not easy to do this right now, all things considered, man. But you be careful. Be careful, brother, and hang in there. And want you to know, I would steal the Enterprise from Space Dock and come to the Genesis planet to pick you up anytime, brother. You know that. So, everyone, please put an SM in that chat. No, just put an S because he's Steve. Well, he knows he's Steve, so just the S is fine. S for Steve Mitchum, everybody. Love for the great Steve Mitchum. So, since this is the comics night, anyone comes up with an interesting comics topic, I'll definitely consider it. The comics review thing, I think we talked a little bit about it last week as far as, things to review. The nurse. Well, so, and as I said, if our aforementioned, Mark C wanted to review Simonson's Thor run. I happen to know Steve Mitchum's a fan of that run. Maybe maybe we'll both reread that. Maybe we can review the early part of that Simonson run, and maybe Steve Mitchum can review it with me. I hope, if you consider it, buddy. I know you have it, but you'd have to probably unbury it, unbury it from your boxes of comics you have. Thor 337 through the first, I don't know, the first 4, 5, 6 issues, whatever they are. Super HD and recently read the Kree Skrull War. Wow, for the first time. Yeah, that's one I want to review soon. Oh, you've read it. Oh, you've read it a dozen times. Well, you're the man to review it with, dude. I've not read it for a long time, but that's easily fixed. I will definitely. I mean, I would never do a review of anything without reading it right beforehand. So that will get a review. Yeah. Chris Persia. Well, there you go. That's true. Steve is the Fonz. So trying to think about there was let's see, Oliver Belamonte. What do you say there? I'm glad Daniel Sherry whatever, of DC has quit after 2 years. So I hope he brings back the central stories from there. So I don't know any of the names. There's probably almost no name at modern Marvel or DC right now that I know anymore. Oliver Belamonte. The Trial of Galactus. That's an interesting one. We did, Mark and I did the Coming of Galactus. It's one of the few we were able to do. Aspertius Hammer, Aspertius Thor. So, Trial of Galactus is a very interesting one to do as well. There's some other FF sagas I might want to do first. But yeah, that was one of the last ones that Byrne did that I kind of liked, if I remember right. To name a few, of course, I'm going to do this year. I'm going to basically lay some of the ones that are going to get done before the end of this year. Or My Name Ain't Nerth in Arizona. The Great Darkness Saga will be done this year. Miller's Daredevil Born Again will be done this year. Watchmen will probably be done this year. I think the first Astro City miniseries, I might do that this year. I got someone in mind for every one of these, just about. Let's see here. What's another one? Definitive Batman Englehart and Rogers run is a good possibility for being done this year. Hopefully, MVP Max Van Priestley will be reviewing Alan Moore's other 2 Superman stories with me this year. So let's see, what's another one? Kingdom Come has a good chance. I might do a Kingdom Come this year. Let's see here. But there's going to be 1 to 2 every month. I want to do more than just 12 for the whole year. In other words, but I want to get a few in there because to make up for last year doing none. We only did a couple in 2020. So that's right. Midas the $1 million mouse is a good suggestion. Minimusness. So let's see here. How about I know one that Mark D with a C would want to do. Maybe. How about the Frank Miller Wolverine's miniseries with Chris Claremont? What do you think about that one, dude? That might be a good review. That just might work. I don't know. But I like the idea. Someone mentioned the Kree Skrull War might be one. The Korvac Saga might be another. We want to go with usually the classic stuff. And there are plenty of those. Let's see here. I'm trying to think of. There you go. There you go. That's one. I want to see who catches the Midas, the $1 Million Mouse reference. Besides me, of course. But to be fair, that's pretty obscure though. Somebody's been rereading some old Bronze Age comics. Oh boy. Fantastic Four 176. Let's see here. Here is an interesting Galactus Herald fact. At one point, Thor 225, I believe, Thor gave Galactus the Destroyer armor to use as a herald, but they never said what happened to it after that. No, I guess not. I don't know, man. This is a good point. I don't know if they did or not. Apollome's Minion has a question. That's right. FF 176. That's the Impossible Man story. An Impossible Man story. I think it was 176. Down bad on my, I'm bad on issue numbers. She says, Apollome says, I have a question. Was there a good run of Star Wars comics? I would, and obviously that's mostly a matter of opinion. Apollome, yes, I'd say yes. I actually kind of like some of the things Marvel did, of course, after the first film came out in 77. There was some good and not so good, but I fondly remember some of that. Others would tell you that when Dark Horse first got their hands on Star Wars, there was Dark Empire, something like that, a lot. And of course, for many, many, many years, Dark Horse Comics had a lot of Star Wars comics. It would take too long to tell you all the great ones, but and someone who liked a lot of those. But the Dark Horse run of Star Wars, the first Marvel run, then Marvel got their greedy little mitts on it later again. When they now that they own it and stuff. And Mark D with the C likes the new Marvel run for Darth Vader number 1 through 25. I've never read it. He was a big fan of that. But he has highly recommended that one. Yes, there was a rabbit called Jax, Super HTJ, and they have a recent Black Series figure of Jax. Actually, Comic Relief Crusader, the Destroyer. I don't know if it was used by Galactus, though. I don't know. Kal-El says, I actually had Dark Empire and really liked it. Too bad Disney took a good story and turned it into filth. Yes, sir. Yes, they did. And they're like Minimus says, any Star Wars with Al Williamson as the artist. Yep. Love his, especially, the comic Star Wars comic strips by Al Williamson. Those are great. Love them. I love Al Williamson. So let's see here. There was a well, what am I looking for? Yeah, he was sort of a rabbit dude. He was in the first comic that was in 77, right after the movie adaptation. The first 6 issues adapted the movie, then they went from there. And yeah. Yes, Al Williamson is not related to Vigilante Williamson, but Al Williamson was one of the great comics artists, especially science fiction fantasy comics artists of all time. VW. So you're in good company with the name, even if you're not related to him. But yeah. Let's see here. Comics. Yeah. Comic Relief Crusader. I would like to see that finished. We never will. You know, like I said, one of the unfinished stories, John Byrne, Terry Austin's The Last Galactus story. Yeah, it was ambitious, wasn't it? We'll never see it finished, though. The 70s, you can trust me, Vidge. He's definitely not related. The 70s Marvel Star Wars comics were pretty good. From what I remember, it filled a little. It filled a little. It filled in a little more of the movies and the movie a little bit more. It did do that a little bit, yes. They had some good stuff in those, but remember, you know, that was a pretty interesting 6 years, especially 3 years. You know, between films after Star Wars came out and Marvel, you know, Marvel would, you know, have to fill up every month with Star Wars stories. Roy Thomas was, I think, one mostly in charge as editor. He and Archie Goodwin were the ones who would have to communicate with Lucasfilm and things they could and could not do. And of course, they were never kept into the loop what was going to happen in the next film. Gozatron, hello there. Jackson. Yeah, Jackson's pretty much Bucky O'Hare. Yeah. Jackson, that's right. Jackson, thank you. Oh, I said it was Jax for some reason. Anyway, but yes, thank you, Gozatron. But and there was, for example, an issue where they go to some planet and then there's a memory and they meet some people who had originally met many years earlier. A man named Obi-Wan had visited with his two trainees, his two basically Padawans. I don't know if they use that word. Anakin and Darth. Oops. Oopsies, as the kids say. Yeah, Anakin and Darth. That's right. So, again, this was early on, way between Star Wars and Empire. Also, Jabba the Hutt looked like a skinny, like a yellow, skinny, ape dude. Because, you know, no one had seen that. You know, obviously, his design is retcon. The design that we know now is retcon a little bit. And, all, you know, there was that scene with him as a human that got cut out. So, and Roy Thomas said that Lucasfilm did not keep them in the loop and all that kind of stuff, but they let them do whatever they wanted to do, though. And there's an issue. There's an issue where, you know, well, of course, you all remember the line in Empire Strikes Back when was it Leia says, tells, you know, Han, I thought you'd agreed to stay. Said, well, the bounty hunter we ran into at Ord Mantell changed my mind. Ord Mantell or whatever. Well, the comic that came out an issue before the Empire adaptation was to be in the regular comic, which in the regular pages of the regularly numbered comic. Carmen Infantino drew a little scene at the end of it, I think written by Archie Goodwin, where it shows Han, you know, being forced to defend himself to kill a bounty hunter who was coming after him. And the bounty hunter tells him, Jabba the Hutt's put a higher price on your head or whatever. You know, you're a dead man solo. I'm not the best to come after you, only the first. Led right into Empire. So who knows, you know. I guess that's probably because they were sent preliminary, you know, early drafts of the script to do the comic book adaptation. And Roy Thomas, Archie Goodwin being clever fellows or whatever, whoever it was that put that in there, was kind of cool. But in between the movies, there were some pretty good comics at Marvel. I thought in between, it was tough though. They were in kind of a trick box between Empire and Jedi because you had no Han, and you had to fill up. You know how many years or how much time took place between the two. You had to do 3 years of comic book stories between them. And some of them were pretty good. Walt Simonson did some of those. So there've been a lot of good Star Wars comics. At least I think so. Anyway, follow me. I know that you got your first comic recently, and it was the Star Wars issue, which is pretty cool. So what are you gonna do? Let's see here. Yes, Oliver, X-Men: Days of Future Past. That's a good one. And some what ifs. There you go. I like that. Yeah. The Dark Phoenix Saga has been probably talked to death, but who knows? That might be another good one to do. Man. My goodness, there's so many. Like I said, the next one on the docket, I'm hoping. Well, it'll be, I don't know if it'll be the next one, but pretty soon, we'll be doing whatever, for the man who has everything, rather. I've always enjoyed comics from the Star Wars EU, says Kal-El. Yep. Well, good. Yeah, absolutely. That is true. Marvel reused the John Carter Warlord of Mars as a Star Wars fill-in issue. That's true. Carmen Infantino did both series. Yep. Oh, man. Let's see here. Mark D with a C says, yep, that's it. That's what I was saying. Thank you for reminding me that. Yeah, the Wolverine will be good too, but that's the one you and I've talked about a lot. So the Hercules Prince of Power, the first miniseries, we must do that one again. Days of Future Past is a good one. Comic Relief Crusader. That is a good one. That's the one I was trying to think of too. Thanks, Mark. Yeah, Hungry Boy, I like that one as well. The Starlin Warlock Mega Saga, yes. I know my buddy 32 Flavors was just reading. He just got the trade of that. Captain America versus Secret Empire 168 through 180. Cat versus Secret America comes Nomad. Isn't that Steve Englehart? Phantom Outsider? I was thinking about, it's a shorter one, but that's a good one too, of course. A good suggestion also. Phantom Outsider. I was thinking about the Stern Burn run of the early 80s, which was short, easily collected into one trade, and it's really good. That's one I definitely want to read. No Super HD. Like I said, I was thinking about Dark Phoenix as a good one to do as well. Dark Phoenix Saga. Yeah, that's definitely a good one to think about doing as well. So I hope so. Let's see here. I was trying to think of a good. So we got a couple of Soups ideas, a couple of Spidey. I need a Spidey idea or two because I got a couple of Batmans, a couple of Soups, we've got some Avengers, some X-Men, some FFs, But I was thinking Spidey. Not immediately, just I'm throwing all these different ones out there that would be interesting Spidey sagas. It doesn't have to be a saga. It could be a short story or like or it doesn't have to be a 50,000 issue epic by any stretch of the imagination. It could just be one Spidey story or two, or there's so many of them. Because I was thinking of some like again, maybe not the Death of Gwen Stacy so much, although that's Death of Captain Marvel's definitely one I want to do soon. Phantom Outsider. Bando Mark, hello there. Good to see you. Let's see here. Super HCJ, I was not a big fan of the McFarlane run. I'm not. I never liked it. I'd stopped reading the series, but I knew a lot of people like it. So who knows? I guess one day I could probably revisit it or go back and look at it. But no, but that's not a bad suggestion, of course, because it is very popular. I think I had dropped the book at that point. Excuse me. And yeah, but that's just me. I'm old. At that time, now I know. Sometimes it's finding the right person who's read up and knows whatever the particular material is. Sometimes that's not easy, like with Legion and stuff. I plan to do something of a deep dive on in the next year or two, whenever I can put it together, the early '90s Valiant comics run, because we're getting on to almost 30 years, and I love the early '90s Valiant stuff. I'd like to go back deep dive onto some of those, or all of those, or maybe the ones leading up to Unity, and really talk about that a lot, because I loved, and that was. I mean, people often say, "Man, what's some old comic that I haven't read that I didn't know about? That it was just great." That was what a great time to read a gigantic, body of comics where 4, 5, 6 titles at a time were really good and led somewhere, at least for a while, over the course of a few years. So the early '90s Valiant run, from the beginning of that to Unity, would be something I would like to cover. I'd probably have to do it in a couple of parts. Chris Persia, yeah, I mentioned that to Mark. That's one on the docket. The original Wolverine miniseries. We talked a little bit about that comic last week. Actually, we talked a little bit about it. Spider-Man team-ups that are quite a lot of one issue. Yeah, Spider-Man team-ups, that's a fun one, actually. Some of the better Marvel team-up issues. Oh, the Project Pegasus saga. How about that one, everyone? Anyone know that one? And that's combined into a saga. It's always easier when they're compiling those into a saga. Project Pegasus is one I would like to do before the end of the year. For you Byrne fans, and of course a tip hat to a great Mark D, a great Mark C, because he was a big Byrne fan. Phantom Outsider, I love that issue of with Spidey and Cap versus the Great Gargoyle. Great Gil Kane art, brother. Oh, yep, the Spidey and Black Panther versus Stegron, great art. Some Gil Kane greatness right there, brother. I love those. Yep, good idea. Yeah, Project Pegasus I thought it was pretty good. Again, it was I thought it was pretty cool. Well, I know Mark D would want to review Marvel 2-in-1 Annual number 7. We've never really done that yet. We've talked about it before. That'd be a great one to break down. Yeah, Spider-Man, Hawkeye, and Quasimodo. I think I have that reprint of that in one of those Hawkeye Epic collections or something like that, maybe. Yeah. How about that, Mark D? I tell you what. Let's do that one. And let's do that one. Let's see here. What is next? What am I doing? Okay, look. I know it's short notice, Mark D, but do you want to try to do that one next week? If not that, maybe the week, because the next two, I'm looking at the next two Monday night Mark C Comics talks. This one and the next one. So you want to do that? Because it's only one issue to read. All right, there we go. We got a topic from a week from tonight, the 31st, January the 31st. What about that one, dude? Because that's the comic we've been wanting to talk about for a long time. Marvel 2-in-1 Annual number 7. Mark that one down on the calendars, buddy. Mando says, did they return the feature that allows for people to go to a chat user's channel through the chat? I don't know. I'm not familiar with that at all there, Mando. I couldn't say, buddy. I'm not really familiar with that. Well, we got now. Look, see, we've got structure. Boom. And if there you go. Because that's the one we've been talking about that for too long, man. It's time to break that sucker down. What do you say there, Mark D? That'll work, man. That'll work. Okay. So that's one. Boom. See, look, man. We got one in the cement right there. I'm thrilled because topics aren't easy, but that's an easy one that can be done. Just like tomorrow night. And see, oh, by the way, tomorrow night, by the way, I'm on with Loki, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, reviewing Superman versus the Elite. See, Loki and I got this deal. We do one DC animated film a month now, and I'm really enjoying each other's channel, so I love that. Steve Mitchum, dude, it could be a wild card Wednesday night of your choosing, and I would love to have Hungry Boy on here with you, brother, if Hungry Boy is willing. Super HD says, what was that? It's Marvel 2-in-1 Annual number 7. Last one they did. Hungry Boy, you let me know when you can make it, and I'll see when Steve knows he can make it, and it's on. And I'll sit back and shut up like the dummy I am who doesn't know art the way you guys, and I'll just enjoy it. So that'd be fantastic. Absolutely. The Council of Reeds. The Council of Reeds. Ed Bronze. Oh dear, oh dear. The Council of Reeds. Who came up with was it Hickman that came up with that crap, or was it I know it wasn't Wade. Was it Straczynski? Was it Hickman? What asshead came up with that anyway? I never liked that whole Council of Reeds crapola personally, but I don't like any of this modern crap they've done with the FF. You all know that. Curmudgeon time. So we got one. We got so far we don't have a date for the next one that MVP and I are going to do, but that's going to get done. The other Alan Moore Superman stories. Next week, Marvel 2-in-1 Annual number 7. With Mark D with AC. There you go, bro diddly. Only need one read, dude. Yeah, I hear you. Eric K, you're not missing much, dude. You're not missing much at all, brother. So, yeah. Sounds like a Winwood combo. It was Hickman. A lot of people like the Hickman run, Chris. But it wasn't my bag. I gave it a shot. Everyone thought it was so good. It just wasn't for me. Yeah, Steve, it was like Richards from all these other dimensions. I guess Chris, what was it? I don't know. I guess what's his face? Hickman thought it was clever, but it wasn't for me. You should dovetail the Marvel 2-in-1, the Marvel 2-in-1 10, which also features the things toughness and intestinal 10. Well, I'd have to see what that is, but I mean, we're gonna do just that one, that annual, but I will refresh my memory on number 10, of course. I mean, I don't know which one that is off the top of my head. It's hitting me, but I'm sure I have it because I've been reading some of those early ones. I may have read that one. I don't know. But I tell you what, we will do. I'm going to be doing villains, like I said, very soon. And I promise that Paste Pot Pete might make my list. Maybe not. But Mark D's favorite villain is the Living Eraser. Don't tell anyone I told you. Eric, we did. Mark C, our late great friend Mark C, and I did Coming of Galactus. Um, Somewhere around I think August of 2020, somewhere up in there. Pop Culture Republic, hail! But we actually did Coming of Galactus. That was one of the. I think that was the second one we did, somewhere maybe September, October, of August, or something like that of 2020. Yeah, great stuff. Oh man, so many of them. But now I'm glad we got one of them in concrete. We got one of them in stone. Ha 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 ha. And it's, of course, coincidentally, yeah, it's this one. This is, of course, what he looks like. Yeah, this is a classic. So Thing Black Widow, where he has to pull up a bomb over 3 miles while being attacked. Oh, cool. They need to retire the council trope. Yeah, Chronicles trope, the many a chosen one trope. Yes. Get rid of all that nonsense. Nonsense. So I have, by the way, when it comes to speaking of comics, folks, I have a bit of investigative reporting to do. And since we're all here, we have all convened in the comic shop for tonight. Let me see if I can find this picture that someone found. There's a very a very cool bloke on Twitter, twit who that we have very friendly contact all the time with. He just constantly putting up cool old school comic book covers and pages and whatnot. And he put up a very interesting page. Find it here. Let's see here. Let me save it. Let's see here. I gotta find it here. Oh, there. Okay. Got you. Two. All right. I think I got it. I think I could find it here. I think I saved it. So, all right. I've got to crop it a little bit. But he set me on a mystery that, by the way, if I put the mystery out there, we probably have amongst us the we probably have amongst us the ability to solve it right here where we are right now. So what I'm gonna do is, let's see here. I'm gonna find the picture. Where you at? Downloads. Oh boy. That ain't working. Okay. Where you at? Down there? Well, it's around here somewhere. Where you at, dude? Oh, well. Hey there, Sherry. The lovely Sherry is here. It's great to see you. Always great to see you. Yeah. I should have had this picture ready. Oh well. What can you do? I thought this would work this way. I'll just have to show it to you. Show the regular size picture. Okay, oh, there you go. Wait a minute. There you go. That's right. Oh, okay. Now we can get it. We can crop it. Very important stuff here. A very important mission, which will probably, one of you will get it right. Will know it right away. This is something that I've forgotten all about. I'd always wondered about it, and I just never really thought to look into it because it means nothing. Only if you like silly crap like this, the silly minutia of the comic book business, like I do. Do you even care about silly stuff like this? Come on, man. There we go. All right. There we go. All right. There we go. Save that. You should be able to see that. Okay, you'll be able to see it. All right. So, I think we are ready to put this thing up here. All right. So, this is a picture from Captain Savage and his Flying Leathernecks, number 2. There's an interesting reason why he put it up there. I know you all remember those. Of course, this is from 1968, and you'll see why I was interested in it. Of course, that's a I don't think I have to, but this is an issue I don't have, by the way. But I would want it now for a host of reasons. I knew about it, probably read it at some point, just don't have it. That's the way it usually goes with me. All right, let's see here. There we go. All right, here's the regular splash page. Sorry about that taking so long for that. Objective Ben Grimm. As you can see, we all know that Ben Grimm was a Marine pilot in World War II, 1945. So that's nothing new to anyone who knows old comics fans. But what was interesting here was in the indicia. I like comics history, obscura. And I've read a lot about, what went on, things at Marvel and stuff like that. Now I'm thinking somebody here might know what I'm about to ask. But you can't find a lot of info on this, even online when you try to do online research for it. And I have my suspicions of some other places to look. But I thought I would put this up there first. Just for the fun of it, because I want to know the answer. All right. Notice in the indicia, which is, of course, those little words at the bottom of a page that tell you all the stuff you need to know. Hello, Marcus Earth. Okay. Published by Animated Timely Features, Inc. Office of Publication, 625 Madison Avenue, which was, of course, that was Marvel. And oh, boy, there's another bot. But I got him. I nuked one, but missed another one. I'll let you guys, if you'd be so kind. All right. So I checked into this as much as I possibly could. This is a Marvel comic like all the other ones. All right. Animated Timely Features. We all know Marvel used to be Timely when they started out, but that is a red herring. Only the 8 issues of Captain Savage have that at the bottom of their indicia. And only the 18 issues of Marvel Collector's Items Classics read that same way in the bottom of their page, Animated Timely Features Inc. If you go to the Grand Comics database, which I use a lot, and I went to some other places, again, everyone knows they were timely when they first started out. They became Atlas and became Marvel. So what the hell was this? Some kind of tax dodge by Martin Goodman and Stan Lee? I mean, what anybody ever heard of this? Or even because whoever even looks down there that much? So who the hell was Animated Timely Features? Well, no, it's Marvel, but what? I want to know this. I got to know. And it's the only comics they appeared in. That's 8 issues of one comic and 18 of another one. So no biggie, of course, but can you see that right there where it says? Yeah, I never heard of it either, Hungry Boy. Of course, you just got. I mean, I never looked, to be honest. I mean, you don't. Who looks down there at the Indicia thing? I mean, I never looked that much. I used to look as a kid sometimes. I always, but again, here, all rights reserved. 625 Madison Avenue, New York, 1022, Volume 1, Number 7, October 1968 issue. Price 12 cents per copy. No similarity between any other names, characters, person, whatever. Yeah. You're right, Hungry Boy. You're right. This is X-Files territory. I mean, it didn't make a lot of sense. Printed in the USA by World Color Press, which is where in Sparta, Illinois, which is where they used to print all that stuff. I know Marvel was technically owned by Magazine Management at that point or whatever. Yeah. What are they trying to say here? Only 8 issues of one comic and 18 of another, one being a big reprint comic. What are Stan Lee, Archie Goodwin, Dick Ayers, Sid Shores, Herb Cooper trying to say here? I also prefer Kolchak territory. So just giving my, I don't know. But what is that link you put in there, Mark? I can't follow the link. What you got there? See, I couldn't find. I mean, they're not a publisher, though. And why only those comics? I'm gonna have to go open up my YouTube and go. I'm gonna have to open up my YouTube so I can go get that link that you post and post it on. So I can take a look at that. I didn't get a chance to do a lot of research today. What little I did couldn't find much, but I'm sure Mark D is a better researcher anyway when it comes to. Well, I used to consider myself unparalleled in comics research, but he maybe had me beat on this one. Let's see where that link goes. This is this thing. Come on, man, this thing's slow as. There we go. All right. There we go. That's all I could find on it. That's the only thing you can find online. That's Grand Comics database. That's what I found. It's weird. So there are no answers here, folks. That is the one I found. Same thing I found, but from a different direction, Mark. Yeah. I have a book that I read a long time ago called Marvel Comics: The Untold Story. I don't know if they'll have it, but I'll probably look in there. I got to know. See, that's just a link of the issues. It doesn't say why, and you can't find why in any. There's no explanation online that I could find. But it's just, why is it just 2 different comics? Yeah, the answers are buried with Jimmy Hoffa. Exactly. I need this. I've got to solve it. I cannot. I'm not letting this one die, folks. I will solve this. May sound silly to you. May sound silly to everybody. I'm sure it is, but somebody knows. Somebody knows out there, and I'm going to find them. I'm going to find them. And then I'm going to celebrate. No, I'm not. I'm just going to say, oh, is that all it is? Ugh, whatever. But it is weird. Animated. I mean, what is animated timely features, Inc.? I can't find any record of a company with that. I mean, you can't Google them. There's nothing even on Google. I want to know when did Marvel ever call themselves that? The Shadow knows. So, yeah, weird. I don't know. I just don't know, folks. But that's a comics mystery for you right there. And we will see. I will not. I will Sherlock Holmes this one to the end of the earth. I can't ask Stan. I can't ask Martin Goodman. If I could find Larry Lieber, he might know. I don't think he would know either, but he's alive. If it's a shell company, Phantom Outsider, it would have probably been invented by Martin Goodman rather than Lee. At that point, Stan Lee was just hanging around at college campuses and giving speeches and then hanging out and, talking to us, trying to make it, make deadlines and stuff like that. If it happened, it was probably Martin Goodman. I don't think he left Marvel at that point. But I don't know. Ain't that some weirdness? But it started in 1966. No, 65. Strange, man. That's really weird. And I will find out. Oh, well. Yeah. It does seem like it's got to be a shell company or something, but it's strange. It was for 18 issues of a comic, but all their other comics were not. It's only in these comics. Could this be some sort of signal to some aliens? I wonder. Could this be some kind of conspiracy code? Like someone said, the CIA or something, the FBI doing something funny or whatever? Marvel branding publisher Martin Goodman's business strategy involved having various magazines, comics published by a number of companies. That's true. And that I knew about that, but I don't know how many of them have different. I'm got to start looking at the indicia pages of these of different comics. Yep, all stuff. Yeah, same staff. Now it makes me want to look at a lot of other Marvel comics and see if they have different. Let's see. Perhaps Captain Savage was a CIA propaganda. Andy Masterson, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Could have been an inside joke to drive us crazy years later. There you go. It's driving me nuts, so it worked finally on somebody. Because I knew. Yeah. I mean, it's a shell corporation, like some kind of a tax dodge, I guess. Probably a tax dodge. So what that means is, now it doesn't mean this, but it's possible that this isn't the only one of those types of companies Marvel had for some of their other works. Actually, I can tell you what I do suspect now that my crappy memory starting to kick in. I can tell you this: Marvel was only allowed so many titles for a while back there when they weren't running the full distribution company again, and they were always limited to a certain amount of titles, and then maybe one of the loopholes for them to be able to produce more titles was to come up with some of these dummy names. But the thing is, one of them's reprints of all their Marvel stuff. I mean, Marvel Collector's Items Classics is just a bunch of reprints of comics that were just a few years old at that point. Let's see here. Okay, Indicia Publishers. All right. Animated Timely Features, 18 issues. Magazine Management Company, 3 issues. Magazine Management Company number 1, only 1 issue. So that's basically 22 different comics. Out of all those comics that they produced, had one of those little different companies. I guess someone probably got a hold of Martin Goodman and said, you better cut it out. Yeah. Phantom, that's probably it. It's probably a front company for the 10 Rings organization of the Masha. Yeah. It's part of the Mandela effect. Everything changed when the Super Collider went online and changed the past. That's right. It's just a weird thing to call. I can see them like coming up with stuff like Magazine Management Company, which was one of the distributors that did own them, but Animated Timely Features doesn't make a lot of sense. Inc. They incorporated it. It's incorporated. See, Chris Parser, I don't think it has anything to do with the Marvel cartoons because Captain Savage didn't have a cartoon. I don't know what they're doing right here. Because, like I said, why would it just be that title and then one other title that's a reprint title? It's really weird. And Dolly had braces in every issue. Oh, well. I'm going to stay on this one, folks, and I will keep you up to date, whether you want to be or not. Well, it's a mystery. It's a loft. But it's a pretty cool splash page, though. Good old Dick Ayers. It's funny for those of you who are World War II aficionados. Did they actually incorporate it or just put the ink on there to make a thing? Yeah, probably didn't really. They probably really didn't. Yeah, Nick Fury did it. That's right. It's funny. One of the guys, on the thread, he was more. He didn't even think about that. He just wrote, okay, why is Ben Grimm a Marine pilot in the South Pacific flying a P-51 Mustang rather than depending on the time a Wildcat, an F-4U Corsair, or a Hellcat? Heck, on even a P-38 even a P-38 if you want him flying a USAAF non-carrier based machine. If it was good enough for MAJ Richard Bong, USAAF, it was good enough for Captain Benjamin J. Grimm, USMCR. And this is the guy that knows his planes, obviously. So that guy was more concerned with the plane. I can understand that. So what are you gonna do? Hey, Dave Rayboard. Oh yeah, tax. Thank you, Dave. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you, cuz. I think tax loophole too, but I don't know. Yeah. I think it may be more of than a tax loophole. It was probably a loophole to get some extra comics published that because they were at their limit. They were limited to how many comics they could publish in the 60s because of their bankruptcy or their Chapter 11 problems that they were having at the time. I know that much. I remember that EC got in trouble with the post office because they kept renaming comics to avoid paying a fee for mailing subscriptions. Yes, That was a real deal with EC, D Bud. But tax loophole is a possibility, like I said, David Rayburn, but it's also could be simply a loophole to allow them to print more comics when they weren't supposed to. So according to someone, that was the wrong plane for Ben to fly. I agree, Phantom Outsider. Ben Grimm can fly whatever he wants. Oh dear, oh dear. Anyway, it's a nice I mean, it's a nice mystery for me now. I like those. Any business or corporation would have been would have to be registered. Maybe a place to start would be a tax office in New York or similar place that might have passed business records. I mean, yeah, absolutely. Pop Culture Republic. My thing about it is, I'm trying. It's the why of it that kind of that makes me wonder because again, you know, why did they need to do that? Tax loophole sounds like something that's a possibility, but if it's not that, I think I'm going to go with. I'm more fond of my theory of they needed an excuse to, put out more titles when they were limited by how many titles they could put out. But that could be wrong. It's just I don't know. It's just funny because I've never. I mean, something like this should never have gotten past me all these years, and it aggravates me like that. It bugs me that I never knew about that. I just flat out just see that thing, and the guy who posted it said, "What is this?" And I could have looked at that cover, not even looked at the indicia because I don't look at that stuff as much as I used to. Ah, cool. It is the wrong plane, but I don't. Yep. Let's see here. What the hell? Huh. Thank you for that. Whatever that I got to check what kind of article we have here. Huh. Let's see here. Oh, that's from a book I've been meaning to buy. Captain Savage and his Leatherneck Raiders. All right, let's see here. Dick Ayers, who pencil listens. So what am I? What part am I looking for? Let's see. What part of this article do I need to look for there, Mark? Wait, I see the article that you sent me. Oh, thank you for that, Chris. Appreciate you. Page 11. Okay. Gotta get the page. Oh, I think that's a digital copy of this thing. I've been wanting to get this book for a while. I've been planning to get it for a while. Is that just an article on the title itself? Oh yeah, this. Okay. Cool. Marvel was suddenly able to. Okay. The book was launched a few months earlier when Marvel was suddenly able to expand its line of titles at a time when it had not been immediately apparent that superheroes were. Okay, let's see. I've been encouraging enough Stanley. Let's see. Yep, Captain Savage. Huh. Thanks, dude. I don't know if this says anything about the publishing aspect of it, but damn, I got to get this book. I've been wanting to get this book for a long time, by the way. Hey, Steve. All right, that's great news, buddy. What'd they say? Any verdict? That's great. No pneumonia. Wow. Thank you, buddy. Are you feeling any better, brother? That's good to know. I'm glad you went in, man. Bottom right. Let's see here. Bottom right of page 11. Okay, let's see. I'm saying the bottom right. I'm not sure what part you want me to, that I should be saying that you're. Yeah, it was launched when they were. Yeah, I see that part. Unless there's anything specific you needed me to see. Ghostron says it's a blog called Comics Ought to Be Fun, and their entry from August 31, 2010 lists a bunch of Goodman's shell companies, including the Captain Savage issues in question. Oh, thank you, Ghostron. Appreciate that, man. I knew we would make some headway here. Oh, wow. Strong case of Omicron. Well, dude, just. Dude, I'm so happy to hear that, everyone. That is such great news. I mean, you the man here. I mean, we're all just happy to hear it. Everyone, a big S in the chat again for Steve. There you go. So let's see, Goldratron. Let's see what. Okay, let's see. Yes, explains that Marvel was able to add titles to be smart and safe. They used different indicia, so I was right. Actually, Dave Rayborn didn't get stumped. That was my theory, and now it looks like it's proven correct. I thought it was about adding titles. Steve, that's fantastic, bro. Just man, obey all the doctor's orders, especially Dr. McCoy's, and get a clean bill of health from Dr. McCoy. And Gozatron, I appreciate that, and Mark D. No, I'm not always right. Phantom Outsider's always right. I'm not always right, but that one was, that was my theory. And Gozatron, let's see. I got to go back to your quote. Got to find out where you got that. The blog called Comics Ought to Be Fun. Okay. I got to remember to write that down so I can look for it. That's interesting. I know it's goofy crap, but I love that kind of stuff. But Mark D and Gozatron for the extraordinary detective work. Do I need a sedative? Now, I mean, Hungry Boy, I'm giving credit to my detectives in the field to confirm my theory. They're the irregulars. So that's fantastic. Wow. I got to write down the name of that. Oh, I keep taking it off. Okay. Name of the blog is Comics Ought to Be Fun, which I agree with that. Let me tell you something, folks, and I mean this. There is no, well, maybe not no. There's very little, there are very few, I should say, geek mysteries or conundrums in existence that cannot be solved on this or other YouTube channels via in a combo effort between the host and the chat, because we got all the geekness right here and all the and of course I don't have I have nowhere near as many subs or viewers as the great guys, the great giants like Gary or Doomcock or any of those guys, but there's enough here to get the job done. So, and I'd put this group here, especially with all you guys, you amazing guys like D Bud and Phantom, and all of you, and Mark D and Gozatron now, and so many of you, with against anybody else's chat, buds. Well done, Chris. The Clobberin Street and Hungry Boy, of course. I love it. The Clobberin Yancey Street regulars. Wow. Comics ought to be fun, blog. Okay. Apparently, X-Men #1 was published by Can-Am Publishers Sales Corporation. Oh, shit. Oh, that's going to jog my memory. Did any of you ever read the Sean Howell's book, Marvel Comics, The Untold Story? Say what you want about a mudslinging book right there. That was an interesting book. And it probably, again, it's been years since I've read it, so I think that's what kept making me think about something. Maybe I read this somewhere where Martin Goodman did that kind of crap. What I knew for sure was they were only allowed to, make so many comics for a while there. Well done, you guys. You always give me hope. You're the best. My irregulars. Oh, man. One day, folks, we'll solve the DC implosion. Now, there's a topic I'm going to do, by the way. There's a topic. I don't know when. No one's going to be interested in it, really, but I'm going to do it anyway. Who in here... Am I the only one that finds the DC implosion interesting at all? Because I do. They have a really great book about it. Tomorrow's. Mark sent a picture from a great Tomorrow's book. One of the ones I want to get that I haven't got yet. That one about the 70s. I'm planning to get it when it goes cheap, or because I'm a cheap ass. But they did a really good book about the DC implosion a few years ago. I was lucky. It was, I just, that was a great book. I got an advanced copy of it. I remember like a week before it came out, and I was like, whoa. And it was cool. So I'm sure you're all from, any of you familiar with I'm trying to find my picture of it. There we go. Yes. This was a great book by Tomorrow's. It's very dense, and since it really is an oral history of the DC Comics circa 1978, the DC implosion. Has anyone ever seen Canceled Comics Cavalcade? The Comic Relief Crusader says, "Woo, landed a contract." Well, if that's means you got some kind of gig, well, great, bro. Good, absolutely. Absolutely. But I've always been fascinated by the DC implosion, though. They thought they were going to really just ride that wave, didn't they? It's funny now that what they have now is just the Marvel and DC implosions going on right now. I thought you said landed a contract. I thought, okay. Sorry, dude. I thought I misunderstood you there. You said, I thought you like landed a contract, like making new DC comics. I'm sorry. I don't know. I misunderstood you there, brother. Sorry about that. But yeah, this is this has always been an interesting topic to me. So this will be, I'm not sure. I might try to get someone on here for this one. Also, I'm going to try to get a couple of authors, and a couple of people from tomorrow's productions to see if I get them to come talk to me, because this is a great book. So there you go. Oh, website story. Not. Oh no, you're not stealing anything, dude. Okay. If you got something great to do, then that's what I'm saying. Congrats, bro. You're good, Comic Relief Crusader. I'm glad for you, man. I'm happy for you. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah. All right. So, wow. We did some little detective work tonight. You guys are amazing. You saved the day. Well, we have a review for next week. I can't wait. We're finally, but we should have done this a long time ago. So Mark D with a C. I tell you what, if you're still there, bro, how about it? If you want to, we'll do this comic next Monday, and then in February, you want the next one to be the Wolverine miniseries, Miller and Claremont Moore, Rubenstein rather. It's okay if Marvel and DC implode. EVS and Ripple will be able to bury them on the cheap. Absolutely, pop culture. So yes, what about that with it, Mark? Let's do that. Okay. So this month, or like next, how about end of the month? Well, of course, no. The last Monday of February will be the Superman birthday, but next in the middle of February, I guess, let's do the Claremont Miller Wolverine miniseries. So we've now slated, one's in stone because it's next Monday night. We've now slated our Monday night Mark C. No more messing around like I did tonight and bored the hell out of you guys with me just talking about nonsense. And if we bore the hell out of you, at least it'll be with a boring topic. But we'll be reviewing a great comic. Now remember, you'll have plenty of time in advance to know what it is. If you don't want to be spoiled, you'll know. If you hadn't read it, you'll know. Not if you don't want to know, but what's going on in the comic is the one thing. But you have time to read it. It's one issue. When it's something that's multiple issues, it give you a little bit more time on. So, but this is one issue. It's of course the Marvel 2-in-1 Annual number 7, and I am absolutely thrilled to be doing that. And more and more Monday Night Mark C Comics Talk will be about reviewing great comics. Not everyone will, but a lot of them will. And then in a couple of weeks after that, if Mark is agreeable to that, we'll set up a time not too long after that where we review Wolverine by Chris Claremont on Frank Miller. And also in the future, in the not too distant future, next Sunday AD, although it won't be a Sunday. Actually, I think I'm going to be on Culture Casino's show next Sunday. I've been invited. Yes, that's right. I forgot to say. So I'm going to be busy this week. Tonight we have this one with me fooling around doing nothing. Tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on Loki's Mornings of Mischief. We'll be reviewing Superman versus Elite in our monthly review of a DC animated film. And of course, Wednesday night, I'll be here with some wild card wackiness. Thursday night, it's Clobberin's Clubhouse. And Saturday night, Star Trek will be next Saturday night, of course. And then Monday night, a week from tonight, Monday night, Mark C. Comic Talk review of Marvel 2-in-1 Annual number 7. And on and on and on. And eventually, let's see. Plan things for for February, of course, or the big 1,000 celebration. So that's just to bring everybody up to speed on what's going on. We have a couple. I have a couple of more minutes. I have a few more minutes. If anybody wants to throw any more suggestions for reviews or other topics, since it's comics talk, we'll keep it comics tonight. Of course, Wednesday you can come up with any topic you want because there will be comics, or there'll be topics in the future. Of course, we're coming up. We're going to be the Blake 7 and many other things. The Rumble and the Intergalactic Jumble. Keely Chow, what's up? Roll Tide. Keely Chow, roll tide. Oh, my goodness. Well, let's see here. What can we do? Say, what kind of trouble can we get into for the rest of it? Oh, by the way, I forgot, everyone. I had to skip last week's Spinner Rack Time Machine videos, but there will be 2 this week for week 3 and week 4 because it's always an odd number of weeks, and so you kind of skip one. So I'll probably do it now where I skip a week in the middle of 1 and 2, and then that last week do 3 and 4, since it's kind of an awkward. So it didn't have to be 5 weeks, even though I only do 4 weeks. It's hard to explain. So anyway, I'll have this next Spinner Rack Time Machine out. Hopefully, I'll have that out tomorrow, and then the other one out before the end of the week to finish up the month. I've not given up on Spinner Rack Time Machine. I mean, it doesn't get a lot of views, but it doesn't matter. I still want to do it, and I will continue to do so. I enjoy it. And I've got more. Videos planned to do, like just regular videos, but it's tough to sit down and get them all worked out and everything and written out and stuff. But I will. And let's see, what kind of random silliness can I get into tonight? As far as comics are concerned. Have you done Spider-Man 96 through 98, the drug story that lost the coat and wasn't good? I have not. But it's a good one to do. Of course, it's Gil Keener and Spider-Man goes drawn. I'll give you, just so you'll know, here, let me give you the real long list of comics that we've done reviews on. The first one was Justice by Jim Kruger and Alex Ross. That was Mark C. and I did that one in the summer of 2020. And then Mark C. and I did the Coming of Galactus. And after that, we had so many ones planned, and we did other different types of shows, and we didn't get to do the comics we wanted to do. So, the first, because of what of course, his untimely demise, and just not wanting to, I didn't really feel like reviewing anything for the longest time because I didn't have him to do reviews with. I was bummed about it a good bit, of course. Until a couple of weeks ago, where I was fortunate enough to be joined by Max von Priestley to review whatever happened to the Man of Tomorrow, the Alan Moore the Alan Moore Superman classic. Goodbye to the original Superman, and that's that. So I've only reviewed those 3 comics. So the next, number 4 will be Marvel 2-in-1 number 7 next week, and then the only one we know for sure after that's going to be Wolverine. So that tells you what you need to know. So have we done? And that means we've got the whole universe to choose from, just about. A nearly unlimited batch of great comics yet to be explored and reviewed. And I, for one, can't wait. I cannot wait. What was it? What was that? I can't wait for tomorrow's special episode of the Real B&B on Az's channel, Heels versus Babycase, because we're going to celebrate it's Az's birthday. Okay. Well, happy birthday, Az. He doesn't know me, but I know who he is, of course, because I'm a big fan. He is a great gentleman, and I wish him a wondrous birthday. And if I'm around, and able to, I'll definitely tune into that. Thank you, Keely Chow. I love Az. Just love his videos and his streams and everything. He's fantastic. Pop Culture Republic. I like. It's been a while, but I like Longbow Hunters by Mike Grell. Green Lantern, Green Arrow Longbow Hunters by Mike Grell. So that's a good one. Good candidate. I should start writing these down. Some of them I've never written them down, but my memory is testy. But that first one was pretty good. Let's see. I'm trying to think. I love Grell's John Sable, but he did that for so long, and I probably have to review the first chunk of issues of that one. So yeah, but that is a good one and pretty dangerous. Hey, Warlord, it's been a long time since I've read Warlord Hungry. So yeah, not bad. I love Grell, Let's see. Oh man, it was something I wanted. It was something I wanted to review. Let's see here. Well, crap. What was it? Man. Why? Some things I want to review are going to be like a one issue of something. Oliver Belamonte says, movie adaptation comics plus Sergeant Rock comics. Well, it's funny that I haven't reviewed any Sergeant Rock, Oliver, but it's funny that you mentioned that because, again, the aforementioned late, great Mark C. and I, in somewhere in the fall of 2020, we reviewed movie adaptations, comic book, movie adaptations, and we did a pretty thorough rundown of the biggest ones of the time. Obviously you couldn't cover them all, but we covered them fairly straight line, and we on a stream that we lasted a pretty good bit. So that is in my playlist, in the Mark C playlist, actually, on my page, where we talked about all the, and that was a topic I really looked forward to and did a lot of. I really did a lot of work on that. I was looking forward to it, and Mark thought it was a good idea, so we did that. And it was a lot of fun. That's the kind of thing, and I've talked about this before, a show or at least an idea or a topic that I'm very proud of. And once I finally do it, I look back on it and I'm kind of bummed. I'm like, man, that was I wish I had that to look forward to because that was it's one I really wanted to do. Now it's all done. And now I wish I could do it again. So I had a lot of fun doing that one, though. And I'm proud of that show. I'm not gone back and listened to it because I can't listen to me. And it would probably make me cry just, listening to my buddy who's now no longer with us. But that was a show I'm very proud of. An idea I'm very proud of because that was a big deal. The comic book adaptation of big films back then, it was not really necessarily new even when I was a kid. It was been around a little bit, but it was in its heyday, in my opinion. Star Wars really put it on the map. I mean, again, it was being done before that. Obviously, comics adaptations of movies and television was nothing new, but had a sort of a great, I don't know what you want to call it, a resurgence or a renaissance or whatever you want to call it, but late 70s and through the 80s and 90s, every big film had a comic book adaptation. And I thought for many years leading up and months leading up, to that show, that would be a really good idea for a stream. And I had the perfect guy to do it with because Mark C was fantastic, of course, and he agreed. And I had a lot of fun doing that one. I wish I could go back and act like it never happened so I could do it again, but then it wouldn't be the same because he wouldn't be there. So, and if I go back and listen to it, it's going to bum me out because missing. But nevertheless, I think we covered it very well, both orally and visually. I really do. I hope we did anyway. So we covered all the big ones because, man, I bought a bunch of those comic book adaptations, for better or worse. So that was cool. Yes, Mark D, there you go. Yes. First of all, Mark D, Wolverine, then Hercules, and how about this one? Iron Man 149 and 150. And I guess you could throw 250 in there versus Doom. if D Bud, what do you think about that, man? Because we've been wanting to get you on to talk about some Iron Man. That was a classic Bob Layton. I don't remember reading 250 though, but 140 and 150 when Iron Man and Doctor Doom go to go back in time together. That was a great comic. Star Wars comic books from Marvel. That's an interesting topic as well. Pop Culture Republic, yeah. Yeah, that's Demon in a Bottle, the Comic Relief Crusader, a classic. Well, you know what? D Bud, the four of you're welcome to come on there, but we could, if Purple wanted to come on and talk about it with us, we could all talk about it together. Hey, Steve, dude, how's it hanging, man? What's going on up there? Are you feeling any better, brother? I sure hope so. Locked in with the seed chat. Let's see. What about Iron Man 66, 67 with Dr. Spectrum and Thor? Although, also Iron Man Supervillain War with the Black Llama started in 70 and with 80. Well, those are good too. Got to love that Layton stuff, though. Yeah, the whole Layton run. What a great run on us. It doesn't quite get the hype that the Simonson run rightly gets for Thor, but it was great too as well. Thor and Iron Man enjoyed some great runs between the Simonson and the Bob Layton stuff. So that's great. Yeah, that's really really top notch stuff right there. Bruce Lombardo. I did not get Ragnarok yet, dude. I did not get it yet. Of course, I haven't gotten much of anything yet. There's so much of it, I can't really afford that right now. But that's just because I don't buy much. I never get any modern stuff anymore, bro. But I'm glad to see you here. It's good to see you, dude. Let's see here. I was disappointed with the end of the supervillain war. I was expecting more. Still. But you're right, though. You're right, though. It would be great to have Purple to talk about that story. I don't know if she's read it or not. Bruce, excuse me, I don't have a P.O. box, but I can't even afford a P.O. box, to be honest with you, bro. But I understand you need sleep there, bro. I hear you, buddy. I'm just glad to see you pop in and say hello, bro. But if I can ever find some other way to, because I don't have a P.O. box right now, man. But I wouldn't ask you for that anyway, bro. I need to get off my ass and get the thing on my own, or at least get digitals of it. The biggest takeaway was that Stark's lackey Iron Man was sufficiently intelligent for Doom to be somewhat impressed. Yeah, I like that. I thought that was a great comic, though. Yeah, I thought that was pretty damn good. I remember reading that when it first came out. So, Mark, what about next? And I'll start closing up here next, folks. Right here, folks. But because I didn't have any topic tonight anyway. But okay, Mark. Next, a week from tonight. Let's see. Oh, Clobberin, I know you wouldn't, but you're a hell of a pitchman, and I'd love to hear your synopsis of all 18 issues. Well, you're too kind. But if I talk about them, would you come on and talk about it with me? Bruce, would you come talk about it with me or what, man? See, I didn't get 250. Was that Layton? Layton was on the series at 250. Did he go back to it or what? What's the deal? I didn't buy 250. You have to let me know. Clobby, will you with Mark and Mrs. Raquel might review vintage to modern Star Trek toys one day? I heard new Star Trek toys are coming out from a toy company. Playmates is back. We do talk a lot about Trek toys, but if you want specific ones reviewed, yeah, I mean if they're game for it, I am for sure, Oliver. Let's see here. Yeah, me too. Comics. I like when he was his bodyguard. Hell yeah, would love to come on and talk to you about my favorite comic book I've ever read. That's your favorite you've ever read? Wow. Well, you can't praise it much better than that, brother. So Leighton did 250. Okay. I was way off the comic by then. Leighton been waiting for a second run. Okay. Well, maybe I'm not remembering it then. Maybe I just didn't buy it. All right. Well, Mark, okay. A week from tonight, Marvel 2-in-1 Annual Number 7 review by the great Mark D with a C and myself. We will review the hell out of it, folks. A great classic comic book. Going to have more classic comic reviews, and then in a couple of weeks into February, we will Mark D with a C and I will review the Wolverine series by Chris Claremont and Frank Miller miniseries, the first Wolverine miniseries, and then not too long after that, dude, Hercules Prince of Power. He's a princess in this. No, it's not modern Marvel. Sorry, Prince of Power miniseries, the first one. If Mark, if you're good with that, bro. So we'll have some great comics discussion coming up. I'd love to see your take on Star Trek toys, especially the ones from Playmates. I didn't know there were some upcoming. I used to buy some of those Playmate ones. I have a bunch of Playmates ones, Kal-El. Cool. I'll have to bring out my thing boxing gloves for that show. Yes. Don't worry, we won't review Super Boxers, though. All right, well, everyone, again, tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on Loki's Mornings of Mischief great channel, a special nighttime show for Loki. Loki and myself will be reviewing the DC animated film Superman versus the Elite. Wednesday night, I'll be back here doing a Wild Card Wednesday thing. I might just pull a topic. Might actually make up a topic. I don't know. It could be anything. It's Wild Card Wednesday. Thursday night, same time as always, 9 p.m. for all these shows. 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, Clobberin Clubhouse with the wonderful First Officer Raquel and, of course, the Chief Engineer, Mark D with a C. And then Saturday night, Star Trek again next week for 4 more episodes, 5th season, Next Generation. And then, well, like I said, Monday, you know what's coming. You know what's coming the Monday after that. Then a couple of other shows. And then on the 9th of February, Clobberin Times issue number 1,000 celebration. That's right. Celebrating 1,000 episodes of Clobberin Times. It's going to be 2 p.m. in the afternoon, Wednesday. It's going to be a long all-day show. Anyone who can't make it early, fine. You can come in late. Doesn't matter. We're just going to be celebrating it all, and I'm going to be just having fun the whole damn day. And so, yeah, that is that. I want to thank everyone who popped in tonight. There have been so many people. I'm trying to I hope I can remember them all. Of course, before I do that, the big M in there for our great buddy. It will forever be Monday Night Mark C Comics Talk here. So that's just an M for him. And big love to our dearly departed Mark D with a C. I mean Mark C. Mark D, you're not departed. I'm changing your name. If I mess it up again, I'm holding you responsible for daring to be named Mark, and we're changing your name to Scotty, Chief Engineer. But in all seriousness, and I'm sure Mark C would have laughed at that, our departed great Mark C. I got so used to saying Mark D with a C now. But and of course, a big S in the chat for our great friend Steve Mitchum, who's not feeling well, who is at urgent care, and I hope you're getting better, brother. Love to you, man. We love you, buddy, and we're all there with you, bro. Thank you, Pop Culture Republic, Bruce Lombardo. Thank you for being here. The great Eric K. and Chris Persia. Thank you so much. Oliver Belamonte. Thank you for being here. The great Hungry Boy, Kal-El, buddy. Thank you. Phantom Outsider. Thanks, buddy. D. Bud Martin. Thank you so much. The lovely Sherry popped in there. Thank you so much, Sherry. It's lovely to see you, my dear. Let's see who else I can find. Comic Relief Crusader. Thank you. I'm trying not to miss anybody. I like to get everyone if I can. It's, my memories. Dave Rayborn was here. Cuz, appreciate you. Keely Chow, roll tide. Let's see here. Who else? Let's see. Well, I can't remember everyone. You know how old I am. But a big shout out to you all for being here tonight. Thank you so much. If I missed anyone, sorry. And again, I apologize for having a nothing stream for you where I just made up crap as I went along. I didn't have a topic. I had so much crap going on. I have no excuse. I'm just an idiot. But we got topics galore coming up. We finally, I said that last week. And I didn't. Oh, Super HDG DJ. Thank you, Super HDJ. Thank you for being here. And hey, love the hell have you right back there, Bruce Lombardo. Dude, I always appreciate you. And I would love to talk comics with you, buddy. And I always feel bad about it every time you mention Ragnarok that I just forget stuff. But again, I'm like the silence. If I'm not looking at something, you know, it gets edited out of my dumb memory. But I appreciate you, bro. Let's see. I want to keep growing and not stop talking about the good things that have been made since we've orbited the sun. Yes, sir. We talk about the good stuff here. I try to. Oh yeah. Adventures in DC. Yeah, we solve problems. Dad man, bro, what's up? Good to see you there, bro. Chris Persia, you rock, sir. Thank you. And Bronze Wrencher, thank you so much. Yeah, you know, Bruce, I always want to make it, sure, we'll criticize things that we think deserve it, but I always want to make sure we have a lot of fun here as well. So we're about the fun. That's what it's all about here at Clobberin Times. So again, as always, I can't wait to talk to the great Stone Loki tomorrow night. But as always, I thank him for this wonderful intro, outro. Great love to Steve Mitchum, buddy. Thank you so much. And this one is for you.
I had a wee bout, sir, but Dr. McCoy pulled me through.
Wee bout of what? Surely that.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate you. Get better soon. And we all love you. Big love from the Clobberin Times gang, man. And shout out to you all and Clobber on Clobbers. Jax Mama! Messiah! Well, we're still rolling, everybody. That's StreamYards for you. Snail Messiah and Jax Momo. Good to see you all. And now, good night, everybody. Clobber on. Well, we're trying.